Welcome and welcome back, my dear tarot pals, to another pick a card reading. You would have seen on the thumbnail itself options to pick from. I have 3 different piles for you here. We're looking at what does December 2024 bring for you. I know, can't believe this year is also gone. If you're not following me on Instagram, there is content that does not show up on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure you would enjoy the readings there as well. So I invite you to join me on my Instagram community. You will find the link in the description box below. There are detailed timeless, and by timeless, of course, it means anytime you watch it, you will get a message of guidance in it, hopefully, as a separate playlist curated. Some of you have loved the future spouse reading, which is the next reading coming up right after this one is posted. I of course provide personal readings, and thank you so much to my beautiful clients who have ensured that pretty much all our weekends are taken away, which is why you see less of YouTube videos. And of course, I do have a full-time job, so considering all of that, I'm sorry if you see less of me here. With that said, we're going to also give you a quick close-up of the 3 runes that I've also picked for you, apart from the the thumbnail images that you could go ahead and pick from. The first one, I'll give you a quick close-up. Okay, and we'll talk about what it's called, what it means, but that's your first rune. Okay, oops. The second rune here is... Here's your close-up. Hold on a minute. Yep. And for pile number 3, here you go. You may feel drawn to the image. You may feel drawn to the rune. Listen to your intuition. And of course, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And you may, of course, feel drawn to more than one pile. If that happens, listen to your intuition. You may have messages spread across. I'll see you in your respective piles. Hello and welcome, pile number 1s. Those of you who's picked the rune Gebo. This is called Gebo because it is linked to gifts, like literal gifts. It is the Christmas season, so I'm not surprised this shows up for at least one of the piles in the collective. I literally just picked the runes by closing my eyes, and that was one of them that came in. Gift, of course, could mean a literal gift that's coming your way or a gift that you give. This also talks about giving and receiving, that energy of reciprocation. We'll see, of course, as we unfold the cards, how does this show up for you. Don't forget, though, if this is the second reading that you're watching for Tarot Pal, it clearly means that we vibe together. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're going to start off with, as always, the oracle cards first. We have Moonology and Angel Wisdom. We're looking at the self-love cards here, which means rituals that you can be doing in order to keep yourself balanced and take care of yourself throughout the month of December. And we have your tarot cards as well. Let's jump right into it. So with Moonology, we have New Moon in Aries. It's time to take action. The new moon in Aries happens in the month of April. So that must be a significant timeline for you guys. Emotions are running high. And then we have Hold Your Vision, Fixed Moon. Interesting. Okay. Then we have Indigo. The person you're inquiring about is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive natural born leader. There may be children in your life as well. Some of you may have children. Some of you may be connecting to the energy of children in the month of December. Past life issue, the situation. Wow, this is funny. I've just as of yesterday, I think day before, made a reading, and I would call it a detailed one because that's as detailed as you can get on Instagram. If you would want to check that out, there's a reading I've done on past life itself, and this showing up is, again, no coincidence. That doesn't happen in tarot. So we look at past life issues surfacing for you. We have crystals. Okay, I really want this file to go and watch that reel. I'll try to put that link in the description box below or maybe in the comment section. You guys need to watch it. That reading has a significance here. We will also look at your self-care cards right on the go then. We have Write a Gratitude List, 55. We have Movement with the number 36. And seems like I need to reposition the camera. Okay, here we go. And we have Watch a Movie with the number 54. The number 9 is repeating here for you. So 9th of December in specific could be relevant. 9 is also a number of spiritual completion, of spirituality and connecting to your higher self. Many of you may be using December as a time to rest. You may be feeling, and especially if you're a female, there's something here got to do with menstrual cycles, or you're feeling a little moody, something around that. Now, of course, it does not only have to be females. You could be a man watching this reading, and you may be feeling like there's something of a hormonal imbalance which is causing you to feel more overreactive or reactive, or just generally more sensitive than you usually are. What December clearly unfolds for you is what your cards here are telling you. Number 1, let's slow down. Let's go back to our vision board. Let's look at what is it that you want to do for 2024. And instead of trying to, it's more like a month of creating easy flow of what you're trying to be, what you're trying to have in the year 2024. It's more like a wind down kind of a month, but it's not lazy. It's not where you're just asked to grab a cup of coffee, or rather grab your favorite drink and just go to bed and just stay at bed. That's not what the energy is. The energy is, of course, of a lot of movement, a lot of self-care, a lot of connecting with your physical body, but slowing down in the pace of, sometimes we have those months wherein we want to create while we're also trying to sustain, while we're also trying to plan for the next thing. This is a month wherein you are either focusing on the here and now, which is your physical body, and you're taking care of your health, or you're focusing on what is it that you've already achieved, and you're making that gratitude list, which will tremendously help you feel connected. When you're feeling like things are not working out, sit down and just write 3 things that you're grateful for. And it's not being delusional. It is just remembering. And I was just watching a podcast on neuroplasticity. I'm very, very curious about it. And I love how mainstream science or medical science and physiology is now connecting with the law of attraction. And the fact that I started thinking about that podcast right when I'm talking to you, again, tells me that, maybe you guys want to check out and understand how law of attraction and manifestation is connected to literal neuroplasticity, how your brain cells rewire and how you look at life. There's something here clearly related to children that we were mentioning at the very start, which I want to go back to. There is either a child or a vision about how children should live, or your version of what you want to do for your kids, or kids as in general. You may not have kids of your own, but how should the life of children be that can unfold for you? And you are people who in this month, if you've not yet already understood it or had dreamt of it or yet considered it, you may start asking yourself, how do I want the children of the world to be like? What can I do to make better difference? How can I ensure that people or children in my community are doing well, are healthy, and are safe? And this goes back to something of the past life issue that you've had. Some of you, of course, may be healing or dealing with, or what resurfaces often in the holiday season is also our parent wounds or our inner child wounds, which of course is that crystal card that reminds me to tell you it will ground you. Work with the favorite crystal that calls to you. But if you don't have much knowledge, I can recommend looking at the cards that maybe a red jasper, which is a pretty easily available stone, will really help you. What will also help you here is also amethyst as well as ametrine. Okay, some of you may have to fight with a certain addiction or a certain self-doubt that you've always had, and you've come a long way when it comes to working around it. But in the month of December, you may be challenged again to those situations or those triggers which make you want to go back to the previous you. The fact that you have, it's time to take action, and Aries, which is very powerful energy, and hold your vision, tells you that, trust me, I hope this reading comes out as that early guidance to you, that you have it in you to break through from that pattern that you've lived, to break through from that psychological shift that you've made after a very long time. Okay, watch a movie, write a gratitude list, and movement are definitely the 3 different simple ways in which you can take care of your mind, body, spirit. Moving your literal body. This also card talks to me about a lot of aura reading. Some of you may need an aura reading. You may want to consider going for an aura reading. And this is a month wherein curiosity will be the most beautiful way in which you can feel inspired. Instead of getting triggered by your emotions, get curious. What is this emotion trying to tell me? Why is this coming to surface? And how can I use this emotion to align myself with the vision and the goals that I have? Okay, this is a wonderful month for you, pile number 3 ones, to literally make a vision board for the new year. Don't wait till January, do it now. Okay, we're going to move towards the second part of the reading, which is your tarot cards, and let me clear this out for you quickly. One of the things which of course may be happening with you with the Gebo is also somebody gifting you crystals, by the way. Okay, let's look at your tarot. We have Magician. Let me give you a quick close up. That's your Magician card. We have Strength. We have 2 major arcanas, Leo and Gemini energy showing up. We have 4 of Swords. We talked about resting, rejuvenating, and there it is. 7 of Wands, fighting for what you believe in. This is again going back to hold your vision. Do not allow the external circumstances, the failures, the things that you couldn't achieve or haven't been able to do yet in 2023 make you start questioning, should I just change my dream? Is it just never going to happen for me? That's a very strong message here for you, pile number 1s. Okay, continue to believe in yourself. Acknowledge the journey and this process that you've already gone through in order for you to dream even bigger. Whatever you've not achieved, that's a message I really want to give this pile. Whatever you've not yet achieved is not a testament of it not happening, but rather you being asked to continue to believe that it is definitely coming for you, because you've come a long way. I've seen this beautiful quote somewhere: you didn't come so far only to come this far. And that's a message that is coming in for you. If you do resonate with that, leave that to me in the comment section below. I didn't come this far only to come this far. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. Wow, you are definitely getting a lot of inspiration. Okay, if you don't allow yourself to be triggered by the naysayers, by people who say, oh, it's never going to happen, or I told you that it's not going to work out, you actually have the ability to get really inspired in this month. Okay, and allow that impulses that come up. If something drives you to create something, learn a new language, go travel somewhere, to listen to those impulses. Okay, because those impulses are coming from this place of spirit which is trying to nudge you somewhere. All right, we have the Eight of Swords, talking about everything that you believe is not working out is just in your head. We have the Knight of Pentacles, talks about planning, which we've already talked about a bit, and the 10 of Pentacles. Some of you may be visiting your family members or your distant relatives or something of that sort. And during that journey, you may also feel very connected to your ancestors, your roots. This is a wonderful month for you guys to also sit down and think about, what are the strengths, what are the gifts that I inherit? Again, going back to gifts, what are the gifts that I inherit from my ancestors, from my lineage, from the part of the community that I'm in, from the part of the area that I live in? Count those blessings. That's the message that is coming in. If you believe in yourself this month, and if you do not allow the past triggers to hold you back, to make you believe that you're not good enough, that this is not going to work out, this is a wonderful month for you to, again, with that vision board showing up and Magician, which is the master manifester. You have every resource to create what you need to do in the year 2024. There's a reading that I had done before 2024 happens, and I want this pile to maybe go ahead and listen to that, because there's a lot of the things, it feels like for this pile, you've forgotten the number of things that have happened for you, that has worked out for you, that has unfolded for you in your favor, even the things that didn't work out in your favor, and you need a reminder of it. And this is a wonderful month for you to ask yourself, what all things have worked out beautifully for me in this year, instead of counting like where all you're still not there, where else could you have done more? That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay, be mindful of procrastination though. There's one thing to rest, there's another thing to procrastinate. And what would help you avoid that is, again, building that basic rituals, going back to basics. Some of you have had certain spiritual rituals, certain basic things that you used to love and enjoy doing, which you're no longer doing. And December is a wonderful month to reignite it. For many of you, I really want to say this, and this message is coming in very strongly. A lot of us have this problem wherein, let's say at the beginning of the year or when it's your birthday, you promise yourself that you're going to, let's take an easy example, drink 8 glasses of water, and then you fell off track. Okay, we beat ourselves so hard for it that we forget that we can get on track on a Monday and then get off track on a Thursday and then still get back on track the next Monday and still be doing better than just not doing anything about it. Okay, and that is that message, that is what December unfolds for you. Okay, in your relationship sector, there could be a particular person who is, if you're in a relationship, first of all, that's the people I'm talking about. If you're already coupled, if you're already married, if you're already in a relationship, there's a certain belief system that is being challenged. Okay, either you're challenging a belief system of your partner, or they are challenging a belief system of you. And what is important for you to remember is that you need to stand tall in what you believe in, because what you believe in comes from a place of genuine confidence and not insecurity, comes from a place of genuine knowledge, and comes from a place of, if you have children especially, to do good for your children. Do not allow that emotional fear of offending your partner, making you feel like, making you back away. Seven of Wands always talks about you can win against the odds. For those of you who are looking for a job, December is typically a lean phase for most organizations. People are not hiring. This is a month wherein you're asked to not stop applying. You're asked to not stop trying, because it may not happen in this month, but what you do in this month will pay off within the next month or within the next 3 months for sure. Okay, there's a repetition of 8s here, so some of you may be seeing 888s. Some of you may also have, you may not be seeing the angel number 8, but every time the number 8 shows up, it makes you feel a certain way. 8 is connected to the number Saturn, to the planet Saturn, and it typically talks about karma, it talks about success, it talks about the highs and lows of life. It is also linked to the infinity symbol. Okay, there is this, if I have to talk about the spiritual aspect of this December, there's this reminder that you are infinite. Okay, that you're going to get as many chances as you need. Okay, some of you may be dealing or closing something on a paperwork when it comes to a property. Okay, 10 of Pentacles can also represent a property dealing or a transaction which needs to be put pen to paper. Be very mindful though, there is a Mercury retrograde coming up. While it's while it's not one of those heavy retrogrades upcoming, but it's always good to read between the fine lines. It's always good to not get too impulsive. One word of caution, there's a difference in standing for your belief versus acting defensive or acting like as if the whole world is against you. People can have different viewpoints and still coexist, and whether it's your professional space, whether it's your family conversations, that is a reminder for you. You can say what you want to say, have absolute confidence in what you're saying, and not allow that to derail your mood, to make it ugly, to make it terrible for people around you. That's where that emotions are running high, which is that Moonology card which was talking about, talks to us about. Some of you have been working on something since the month of August 2023, and the 8-8 portal specifically. There's a reading, by the way, which I did for the 8-8 portal as well, which is slowly and gradually forming shape. Be very mindful of any financial get-rich schemes. Okay, I just have this repeated message coming in for over a year now, and probably because of how globally the economy is. Don't try to find that shortcut and think like, oh, I'm smarter than everybody else and nobody else knew this scheme. Probably everybody else knows this scheme and they didn't want to go for it. Okay, so consult people, talk to people. All right, we're going to wrap this up, and if you've reached all this way till the end of this reading, I want you guys to leave me a lion emoji, okay, because I love how this lion is licking the face. Leave me a lion emoji, tells me that you've picked pile 1, tells other people that you've picked pile 1. Look at that gift again coming back. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love for those searching. Hey, that reminds me, I was going to cover the part about people who are looking for love or people who are single. There's a Leo and a Gemini, of course, who's significant. There's also Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn who may come in. This is a month wherein you're going to be challenged to look for love outside the usual if you're single, okay? Do you usually have a strict pattern in your mind that says, this is the way I want my partner to be, this is what they're going to say, this is how I want to be asked out on a date, and anything outside of it, I'm just not in for it? If that's how you're operating, this month will be an opportunity to challenge it, okay? To break through from it. And while you can still have those core value systems aligned, you may still feel like this is, you can still hold on to what your vision is. You got to be flexible around how people express what they want to say to you. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Let's get a couple of more fortune cookies, okay? We have achievement, Enjoy the limelight, you've earned it, although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Children, again, demand your attention, pile number ones. If you have them, you may want to take care of them, do the annual health checkups. There's something about kids that is repeatedly coming up. Care required, guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes this time. Something's going to give you a second opportunity to fix. We'll take one last card and let's see what comes up. Reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end. Others could blossom and become stronger. If somebody gets offended by you setting a boundary, that basically means they were benefiting with you not having a boundary. That's the thought that I want to leave you with. I hope I've helped you understand how December is going to unfold. Do hit the thumbs up if it helped you. Leave me a lion emoji and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome. Pile number 3s. Hold on, I lost your rune. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay. Hello, and you've got the Volcano. This rune talks about mother nature, okay, in general, fertility, creation, creativity, balance, nurturing. It's a very strong divine feminine energy. Some of you may be literally drawn to be in nature, around nature. Some of you may travel, and we'll see how that rune plays out in your readings. We are going to start off as always with your oracle cards, and then we'll move towards what self-care rituals can you do in the month of December. We'll then look at tarot and wrap this up with a fortune cookie. Let's get started. We have new moon in Gemini. Communication is key. We have full moon eclipse. I think there's an eclipse coming in the month of January. Yeah, I think there's one at the end of Jan. Okay. We have don't let the past hold you back. Beautiful. Okay. The South Node is currently transiting through Libra. Okay. And I think it's going to transit to... I'll check the transit dates and I'll let you know. I don't want to give you wrong details. Okay. The new moon in Gemini happens in the month of May, typically, or June. End of May, June. That's typically where it falls. And with communication being key and don't hold your past back, one of the very immediate message that I got, and we'll see how the cards, otherwise unfold. Some of you may be choosing to go into therapy. Okay, some of you may be seriously considering of taking professional help, of talking about your past. And even if you're not taking therapy, this could be a message wherein you're being asked to journal, and instead of thinking of your past as something that cripples you, something that makes you weak and small, there's an urge here to ask yourself, can your past be actually something which empowers you? Did your past give you certain strengths? Okay. Let's look at be willing to forgive. Look at that. A lot of healing for the month of December, and that gift and that nurturing and that energy coming in of Mother Nature. Mother Nature could be the healer. You could be focusing a lot on healing yourself. Goddess, look at that. We have double confirmation, and I've stopped shuffling on cameras for a lot of you guys, because I'm doing it still sporadically on certain readings because it saves a lot of time, and I understand that. But I love how it, when you see the magic unfold, we have that strong divine feminine energy showing up again with that goddess card here, and we have integrity. Love this. Intuition is going to be supremely strong for you guys, okay, in the month of December. You're going to be able to literally hear your intuition loud and clear. And now, of course, as always, what you do after that is always the ball is in your court, right? There's a message here of let the past again be something that becomes your strength, gives you ability to move ahead, gives you it has given you gifts. And I'm not trying to belittle any trauma, and I'm not saying you deserved any terrible things that happened to you, but even if that, there's this saying that I don't want to thank the person who abused me, and there's nothing to be grateful about that, but I'm grateful for who I've become now. I'm grateful for who I am now. And that's that energy I'm feeling very strongly for you, pile number 2s, okay? If somebody comes to you for forgiveness, forgive them. Somebody may literally just come up and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, and I understand what I did to you. Take that sorry and let that healing happen. Sometimes we can hear a sorry and still be holding on to a grudge. If you need to say a sorry, say the sorry and set yourself free. Okay, it's more about what will bring you that feeling of wholesomeness, that feeling of completion. That is what you've been asked to focus on. Creativity is another thing which is very, very strongly coming up. Some of you may have a wound around creativity, which means you may believe that you're not creative enough, you're not smart enough, or something around, I'm not good at this, or I can never be good at this, or I'm not an artist. You don't have to be a professional artist, but there's a need for you to question, where is that belief coming from? And can we question every past experience, whether it's good or bad? Don't just think it's about bad experiences. Let's say you were a great athlete when you were 15 years old, and today you just suddenly decide, I'm going to run a marathon. Don't think that what your stamina of the past is going to be a testament of the present. That's what's coming in for you. Let the past just be an experience that happened to you, that gave you wisdom, and look at your life where you are here and now. Okay, this is a month where in pile number 2s, you're being asked to also ask yourself, isn't self-love's biggest testament discipline? So you make a promise to yourself that I'm going to diet, or you make a promise to yourself that I'm going to take a walk. Isn't self-love biggest and loudest way of taking care of yourself is being true to yourself? Okay, being true to the promises you make with yourself. Okay, and this again links to, are you saying the right things to yourself? Would you say certain things that you say to yourself to your best friend? Okay, now this could mean tough love for some of you. This could mean being gentler with yourself for some of you. It's a general reading, right? Let's look at what self-care rituals connected to this. We have connect with crystals. Oh my God, this is not funny. Pile number 1 had the card of crystals in the Angels deck. So if you were drawn to one, there may be a message for you there. You're working with crystals for sure. We have music, and the number 1 is repeating. If you see 11 and 10 here. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1st of December, 11th of December, 2nd of December. These could be some significant dates for you. We have meditation again showing up, be still. Some of you may be working at somatic exercises. If you don't know what that is, Google it. Our body stores trauma, and moving our body in a certain way, doing certain gentle exercises can actually help us a lot release this blocked trauma in the body, okay? Some of you, of course, could be artists. With the goddess and the music showing up, that's creativity screaming out loud. Please let your art be seen, be heard. Okay, please give it a platform. Okay, some of you have been working on a project or thinking about something or figuring out something for a very long time. In fact, about 5-7 years is the years that I'm listening. I mean, I can hear in my head. And that's coming to a conclusion by the time it's January. That's another message, okay? Your dreams could be supremely prophetic, by the way. So if you don't have a dream journal, this is a reminder and a message that December, you're going to get some dreams about literally the visions of the future. So you may want to journal that. Your unconscious mind, your subconscious mind is going to give you those clues, and you don't want to miss that out, okay? Listening to drum music while you're sleeping, drums, is going to really help you get connected. Yoga, meditation, connecting with crystals, going out in the nature. We've talked about that a lot, okay? Let me see if I'm missing out on anything before we move ahead to the tarot part of the reading. The color purple and the color yellow and the color green. These are 3 colors that you should kind of work with, surround yourself with, look at pictures of it, however you want to connect to these colors, okay? Some of you may be cutting your hair or deciding to grow your hair long, something to do with hair. That's another very specific message showing up and perhaps relevant for some of you. Accept the duality within you, pile number 2. So that's a message I want to give you. You're very, you're constantly struggling to be one kind of person. And the divine feminine energy is all about embracing that chaos that comes with knowing that we are not just this or just that. You can be this and that. And that's that Gemini energy also showing up for you here. Okay, embrace the duality that you have in your mind around. This could be a project, this could be a relationship, this could be overall just how you live life. You could be living life in multiple ways, and that's okay till the time you're not beating yourself over it. Okay? Take out time, of course, for yourself every day to be still and to give yourself that therapy of music. That's all I'm going to say here. Let's move to the tarot part of it. Let's clear this out. Okay, let's look at what tarot has to say for you. We have the Emperor. Oh my God. Okay, pile number 2s. I really think pile 1 has a message for you. They have a strong energy of Aries. You have a strong energy that's showing up in other ways. Okay. We have Emperor. So April again showing up. 3 of Pentacles. Somebody in power will come in to support you. Ace of Swords, we're having the conversations that we need to have. I love your cards. King of Cups, we have the emotional maturity. Page of Swords, wow, 2 court cards here already. Ace of Pentacles, that's 2 aces. Wow. Typically, I announce at the beginning of the reading which pile I picked. By the way, this was the pile I picked, those of you who like to know. And I can see how this fits into mine. Okay. And we have, wow, I just realized your pile has 1 card less for some reason. So we look for the deck and we'll get you guys a card. We had 8 cards for every pile. I didn't notice till now. Okay, that is a message of Mercury retrograde right here though. Please read through everything. Please double check everything if you're traveling. Like me, just because I don't think anything happens in a reading, while as a coincidence, it's always a message for the seeker. You may miss out on something, you know, that one file, that one document may be left behind, okay? So December for pile number 2s, okay? We have Knight of Cups. We have the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Let's talk love first, because love is what's showing up very strongly. Now, this love, of course, could mean, first of all, because I always like to talk about the love we hold for ourselves, is the love we can give out to the world. There is an opportunity for you there. You would feel that energy as well of romancing life in every way possible. This could be buying flowers, this could be cleaning up your room, this could be calling people over. Romancing life, enjoying life, that is strongly showing up for you, okay? When it comes to couples, this is a wonderful month to connect and create something together, like a project, okay? 3 of Pentacles always talks about teamwork. So if you are in a relationship, you will feel very loved and you can actually plant the seeds of something big. This could be like a little house or something way smaller. Let's say you work on a, I don't know, like redoing your living room or an art project, but doing something together which is creative or which creates something will make you feel extremely connected, okay, as a couple. This is also a wonderful month for you guys as a couple to perhaps consider and talk about how are you with money. Are you saving money? What are your financial goals individually and together as a collective? That is also showing up for you guys, okay? And these conversations would really clear a lot of mental fog for not just you, but you know, your partner as well. If you are single, I mean, come on, Knight of Cups to the King of Cups. There's a water sign that's perhaps coming your way. There's also an Aries possibility with that Emperor card, but I strongly feel this is a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Emotionally matured, emotionally available, slightly dreamy. I feel a more Pisces energy here than other water signs, but any of those water signs can show up. And this person will be somebody who matches their action, and their plans with what they say. Okay, which is going to be what is the most attractive thing for you and which you would love the most about this person, okay? So anybody who says something and then immediately does it, notice that person, and that's what you'd really love and enjoy about that person, okay? This is a month wherein you'd, of course, personally be very curious to learn new things and you'd have a lot of ideas. The Page of Swords to the Ace of Swords does talk about that. This could also be as a collective coming together in a team or in a setting and brainstorming around how are we going to make the next year work, what are our priorities. That's the kind of conversations that also flow. Especially the second half of December is a great time for that, okay? This is a month also to be careful of where your money is going. Saving is important, okay? While you will have opportunities to spend and enjoy life and travel and all of that is great, keep a check on where money is and where money is going. Those of you who have been planning to start something of your own, like a passion project or launch an Instagram page or do something even bigger, which is like a startup or be an entrepreneur, this is a wonderful thumbs up card, okay? Talk to people who are like-minded. Don't let the fear hold you back. Plan well and then get a team of experts together in whatever way that means for you. And this is a wonderful month to kick something off. Don't think every Mercury retrograde means that nothing can be kicked off. It can, and anything can be initiated and launched if the due homework and the due diligence is done. And if we've been preparing for this for a while, this is now the time to go ahead and let it happen for you, okay? Any of you who are waiting for a government approval or some sort of an authority figure giving you an approval for something, that is also very likely seen. The Emperor also, of course, talks about promotions or a rise in the status. That's what the Emperor is, okay? With the King of Cups here, there's going to be an opportunity for you to lead with the heart. And that doesn't always only apply to people who are in professions wherein they are a leader. To lead with the heart can many times mean just listening to your heart, allowing other people's emotions to be heard, to be kind and gentle in any situation wherein you have the opportunity to make a decision for yourself and somebody else involved, okay? So listen very carefully and let your heart let your heart have a table at every conversation that you're having. That's what I want to say here, okay? Some of you may be connecting to the energy of cats a lot. While this deck, of course, every pile would have a cat, but cats could be very significant for you specifically. Also, a German Shepherd. Some of you may rescue a German Shepherd, or you're being asked to adopt a German Shepherd, okay? Please don't buy it. Adopt or rescue a German Shepherd, okay? There is a repeating 1 here, so which of course, I think I did cover the dates, 1st of December, 11th of December, that's that message again coming up for you guys. There's something also to do here with shoes, okay? Some of you may be buying shoes, some of you may be selling away your shoes, or one of your shoes may hurt your toe. So just be a little careful about how you're taking care of your feet, how you're moving, or how you're walking. Something may hurt you on either of your feet, okay? Let's look at your fortune cookies. If you've reached all the way till this reading, I want you guys to leave me a dog emoji at the comment section below. Tells me that you've picked pile number 2 and tells me that you've reached all the way till this part of the reading and it has resonated with you. Let's see what the fortune cookie wants to tell us about December. Okay, and we'll take one more, okay? Burnout, very interesting. Almost forgot that the combination can talk about it, and I love how spirit communicates like this. Your hard work will see results, but your health needs to be maintained. So check in with your doctor, dentist, and health professional and try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. The Emperor does talk about a routine, and that's my dog talking in back. I'm sorry if you can hear her. Be careful of, while all these cool things are happening, you're not forgetting your health in it, because if you're not feeling well, then of course none of these things can work out for you. Sexuality, let's give me 1 second, I'll give you a close-up of this. Existing relationships could find new passion and heightened sexual attraction. Opportunities for marriage and good family are good, and good family life are strong. But if single, beware of temptation that could lead to trouble. A child will also bring great joy. And we have the same card showed up for pile number 1, by the way. Care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes this time. You may want to watch pile number 1, pile 2's. Too many similarities here. Assert yourself brings us to the Emperor energy. Draw your boundaries. Go for what you want. The time is ripe for soulmate connections. Birth of a child is also likely. I don't know why pile 1, pile 2's, the word of child and children has come up repeatedly. So if you don't want to get pregnant, be careful. But if you are hopeful and if you want to plan a family, this is a wonderful month for you. I think I've covered everything that we wanted to talk about for the month of December. Again, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up if this helped you in any form or shape. You will see all in the description box other relevant readings which you may find further guidance for. As always, I've loved doing this for you. Thank you so much for your time and your trust in me. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome. Pile number 3 is those of you who picked Algiz, which talks about defense, shield and protection. We will see what do you need protection for, or what are you being protected against. But immediately that message brings me that first message of if you don't have any of the spiritual rituals when it comes to energy cleansing, whether it's salt baths, whether it's burning sage, you may want to go back to it, or you may want to start it, because that's one of the things that immediately strike my mind when I look at protection as a word. Okay, let's look at your oracle cards first. We're going to look at what self-care rituals can you do in the month of December to take care of yourself, and we'll then get into tarot, wrap this up with fortune cookies. We have eclipse energy is showing up for 2 piles now, okay, you and pile 2. So That's just an immediate significant connection. Expect powerful changes in the new moon. Full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. And we have you are good enough. Okay, immediately with this two showing up together, charity and donation and philanthropy is very strongly coming up for you in the month of December. Okay, some of us do it anyway in the month of winters. I would strongly suggest this pile to perhaps do something for animals, especially animals of the sea or the ocean. Virgo and Pisces are both very, very spiritual and service oriented signs, that spectrum. So giving back to the community is one strong message coming up for you, pile number ones. Okay, sorry, pile number threes. I don't know why I said one. Ear chakras, lovely. Okay, this card always gives me multiple messages. One, be mindful of the gossip that you're listening to. Be mindful of the kind of songs that you're listening to. Because both of them are subliminal conditionings that you're allowing yourself to happen. When you hear a gossip about somebody else, you may not realize it, but you're creating a fear within yourself that other people talk about you as well. And that really, creates that fear of, am I good enough? Am I, so remove yourself from any situation, any surrounding where people are gossiping or where that conversation is not very high vibrational. Just stay away from it. Okay. Similarly to the kind of music that you're listening to, is it really uplifting you? Is it really making you feel good? Or are you just listening to that same sad song about your ex like 3 months ago that you've been playing on track? Is it really helping you get anywhere? Okay. This of course for me was one of the cards, and I've said it in so many tarot readings because I feel like it has a connection to clairaudience. When I started to acknowledge, I've always been clairaudient. I've never acknowledged it until like about 3 years ago, or rather about 5 years ago, somewhere around that time when I got this deck. And this card used to like haunt me and show up in every reading. So some of you may be developing clairaudience as a psychic ability that you have. Okay. We have singing and dancing. Love this. We have, wow, we talked about psychic abilities, and we have clairvoyant. Okay, you may be getting also somebody, sometimes we just get very curious about these things. We want to explore what do they mean for us. And that could be another theme that comes up for you in the month of December. Literally just flowing your body, just moving your body. I'm literally having the vision of somebody like floating on a water body, like just chilling. That's what I'm seeing. So that can come up for you. Okay, and that can happen for you. Positive affirmations, that's one. Self-care rituals, okay, that you should be doing in the month of December. Family, oh, I love this. Hugs, okay, I don't know why I feel very strongly that you need to give yourself, if you don't have somebody to hug you, just give yourself that. There's this exercise when you bear hug yourself and you self-soothe. Even when you have people to love you, there's a conditioning and there's a strength that comes when you have the ability to self-soothe. Okay, December, one of the key things that you should be focusing on is hugging yourself, hugging people you love, spending time with family. And if family is a place which triggers you, then again, self-soothing, positive affirmations, not allowing the other people's chatter to get into your mind. We come to physical body as well. Nourish your temple. What are you eating? Your diet becomes a focus point. 5th of December is very relevant, showing up with this pile, and so is the 25th of December. So these are some 2 key dates that I see. I also see 11th of December and the 2nd of December. Okay, it's just some dates that you perhaps want to keep a note of and journal on, and tell me and come back and tell me what happened for you there. I don't know why for this pile, even though the space was laid out the same way, I feel very drawn to get one more card. Okay, I've got the same number of cards for everybody, but I feel like I want to get you guys one more card. There could be like a gift that someone gives you just out of, or something kind that they say to you, which really stays with you forever. Okay, wow, you can't make this up. We have again Virgo showing up. A time to give rather than take. I was just talking about this. New moon in Virgo. Look at this Virgo axis. If you are a Virgo, leave me your Virgo emoji in the comment section below. I want to know if I have Virgos watching this reading, because look at your energy screaming loud out here. It is, okay, I have a Venus in Virgo, so I understand this energy very well. It is one of the biggest strengths to know what is not beautiful in something, to know and to observe and have the ability to see what needs to be fixed, and then having the ability to fix it, because it's an earth energy, right? The energy of Virgo. If we're talking about the energy of Virgo, you don't have to be a Virgo, okay? At the same time, it is very important to remember that there's going to be no state of perfection which we are trying to reach or will ever reach, or even if we think that something has become perfect, it's not. It's just we have believed that it's become perfect, okay? That is an energy, and that's a theme for you at play in the month of December. You can give it your all. You can be devoted to something. You can be devoted to a cause. You can be devoted to your profession or your family. But it's never going to be perfect, and it's never going to be enough. So make space for yourself. Make space for self-love. Make space for whatever makes you happy. And you can't fill from an empty cup, which is always a message that comes up whenever I see Virgos. So they're naturally service-oriented. They naturally want to help people, that energy of Virgo. But you need to first be there for yourself. You need to first take care of your mind, body, spirit. Be very mindful of this month in any form of overindulgence. And when I say overindulgence, it's not just one thing. So it's not like just spending money or drinking too much alcohol or something along those lines. It's more about overindulgence of anything, of any sort, of sleeping too much, of talking too much, of, this is a month wherein you're being asked to like check how much time is going in doing what and try to balance it as much as possible. Okay. The color green, of course, is very, very strong for you guys. So that's a color that I would strongly ask you to work with. Okay. If you have any dreams or any visions, this pile may be actually daydreaming and thinking that I'm daydreaming something, and you tend to disassociate from your body and not realize that you also had a vision. Something like that happens to you guys, or may happen to you guys in the month of December. Keep a journal, guys. Or, I know sometimes it's very difficult for some of us to kind of write it down at that moment. Just send yourself a voice note of what you're seeing or what you're thinking on WhatsApp. Any way you could record your experiences. Okay. Virgo is also that divine, feminine, gentle energy. Okay, that pure energy. So some of you may be traveling to places which make you feel very connected, very pure. Some of you may be taking on a detox diet, or you're being asked to take up a detox diet of some kind, okay? And if you've been thinking about it, or you've been reading about it, and you just came across this tarot reading, literally your spirit is screaming like, are you done thinking? And when are you planning to start it? So any kind of a detox diet is going to be very, very good. Be very mindful of your health, pile number 3s. I just want to reiterate that. It could be a difficult month with colds and flus and inflammations and sores if you're not being balanced around what you're consuming and how you're working around it, okay? Let's move towards the second part of the reading, which is your tarot cards. I'm going to pause this, clear the space, and come back. Okay, let's look at what tarot has. What does tarot want to say for December? We have the 9 of Cups. We kick it off with a wish fulfillment. Wow, pile number 3s. Okay. Oh, hold on. I put your rune. Okay, let's put this here. We have 7 of Cups. Okay, now that protection card, protection is making sense. Be very mindful of mental, how do I explain it? I don't want to call it, I've heard this stupid thing on Instagram. Delulu is the only Salulu, which is, I get it if you're talking about in the sense of law of attraction, like to believe it or fake it till you make it. But if you really believe every delusion of yours, then where are we going? Okay, so that's that. 7 of Cups is always about be grounded and make decisions and choices from a place of emotional stability. Be grounded and stay protected from all the nonsense that our mind can create sometimes. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say here. 8 of Pentacles. This is a good time for learning, for creating another source of income. Okay, that is very strongly showing up for you, pile number 3. This is a month wherein you may start picking up a skill, or you may have always thought of having multiple sources of income, and you're figuring out which road should you go with, and you don't have to quit your job to just start off with it. It's more of a balanced approach of saying, okay, I can work on my craft. I can pick up something new. This is a wonderful month to learn something new. 9 of Pentacles. Look at that. I want to place that right under the 8 of Pentacles. We have 5 of Swords. We talked about gossips with that ear chakra, and look at that. You can read this card yourself. You don't have to be a tarot reader. Okay. Anxiety, gossip, dodging a bullet because somebody was gossiping, and that's the kind of thing that you want to avoid this this month, okay? Somebody may see you in the wrong light, your reputation may get bad. Avoid gossip, protect yourself from the gossiping energy, okay? We have Lovers, beautiful energy. Choices would be made this month, okay? Decisions would be made, sorry. We have another 6 with the 6 of Swords. Some of you may take some short distance travel. That's shown up for as a collective for many of us. Of course, it's the year end, so I understand why that's coming up. Any of you who have some deep-rooted trauma when it comes to bullying, okay, bullying of any sort, if you've been a victim to bullying, this is a wonderful month wherein you would see a certain amount of healing happen for you. Healing is not linear, but you'd feel like, okay, I've crossed a bridge. I've understood who I am, and I don't allow that thing to ruin my happiness anymore, okay? If there are any bullies around you this month, you would be able to stand up against them, and you would be able to either ignore them completely and they don't make any difference to you, or you would be strong enough to take a stand and say, hey, I see what you're doing, and that's not cool, okay? That's a specific message, of course, but take if that resonates. With the Lovers, of course, showing up, there's that strong energy of Gemini, and if you're single and you're looking for love, with the 9 of Cups and the Lovers, there is definitely a strong possibility of somebody coming towards you and a new relationship starting. For most of you, though, with the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles coming in together, 9 nines, this is more around emotional contentment. This is more about a wish fulfillment happening because you wanted to be a certain kind of a person, or you wanted to achieve something in your journey of self-improvement, and December gives you that confirmation that, okay, now I'm this person, now I'm ready to do this, okay? So for most of you, it feels to me more like either a professional achievement or a dream come true, or something to do with your own personality, your character, a habit that you've kind of established, that you've always wanted to be good at, and now you are at it, okay? If you are in a relationship, be mindful again of other people intervening into your relationship or interfering, that's what I'm trying to say, of letting other people give you unsolicited advice, or maybe you taking advice from the wrong people around how to run your life and how to run your relationships. Okay, that's just a word of caution for the month of December. Like I said, it's a wonderful time for, again, picking up any craft, and instead of trying to be the best at it from day one, give yourself space to fail, give yourself space to learn, give yourself space to make mistakes, okay? And if you stay at it, this can turn into a wonderful, emotionally fulfilling project or skill that you acquire, okay? Be very mindful of anything that seems too good to be true. This could be a person who seems too good to be true. It could be a proposal. This could be anything which seems too good to be true to you, or just seems like, really, is this all so nice? I'm not asking you to be cynical, but do your due diligence. There is a Mercury retrograde phase here, which we should remember for the month of December. So recheck your contracts, recheck your decisions. If you can delay any decision till the time it's 1st of January, that would be wonderful. But listen to that intuitive side of you which says, oh, I think there's something wrong about this, okay? There's an opportunity for you to also here connect with people who are generally very self-motivated, independent, self-reliant, and they will inspire you to also do things or believe in yourself and do things. So this is a wonderful month to connect to that community, whether online or offline, who are your idols, or who you, I think that word idol is a big one. I don't have an idol personally, but there are people at different phases, or listening to an interview, or hearing a podcast, which becomes inspiring, okay? This is a month for you to find inspiration, find a mentor, and if you go out to find one, you will get one, okay? Let's see if I'm missing out on anything. The energy of bonfire is coming up, so some of you may literally be sitting around a bonfire. And I think I did talk about that at the very beginning, but I want to reiterate it. If you don't have a spiritual ritual of cleansing your space, of removing the evil eye, please do. Because the 5 of Swords can sometimes talk about somebody else trying to, send you negative energy and etc. Okay? Look at that. Your first fortune cookie is declutter. Declutter your life. Let go of correspondence, object, and people you no longer want. Someone will hurt your feelings and reveal a new side of themselves that you may wish to avoid. Okay, see things for as they are. Pile number 3, that's another thing. This could be a combination of 7 of Cups to the 5 of Swords, wherein we are not allowing to acknowledge when somebody is being mean to us, somebody is not being genuine, and we're just painting a picture of how we would like life. Sorry, I can't speak. How we would like them to be. Okay, there are options for you, and there are lots of options for you if you're single. Okay, so this is not a month, again I'm saying, that you have to settle for something. Let those wishes, let those blessings come your way, and let them keep coming. Okay, you don't have to make that decision here and now. This could be in a relationship or a project or a job offer. There is give yourself time to kind of absorb that initial euphoria or that initial shock, whichever one it is. Okay, and then decide where you want to go with this. All right. Let's take another card. Opportunities. An important offer will be made. Be prepared and dress to impress. I love it when fortune cookies confirms something that we've talked about. This is also a card that always says you may not want to take any event very lightly and dress up how you'd want to show up as. Okay, you don't want to have like a moment wherein, oh shit, I should have worn something better, or I should have worn a more appropriate dress for the event, and then miss out on a wonderful opportunity. That's just something to keep at the back of the mind for the month of December. Let's take another fortune cookie, and we'll go with this one. Nature. Interact with nature in outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. If you're coming from pile number 2s and you've picked 3s, I hope you can see the connection in this. Of course, going out in the nature, that doesn't need a lot of explanation. That's going to be a replenishing. Okay, this card has shown up all 3 piles. I'm not kidding. Wow, we all need to take care of ourselves around deception. Okay, this feels like almost as a collective, as a month wherein there's going to be a lot of good things that most of us as a collective would be pulling towards us. But then anybody around us who's in a lower vibration, who is not feeling very secure in the space that they are, all the love and energy to them. But there's a need to protect ourselves, going back to the rune that you've picked, against these energies. Okay, if you've loved what I've shared with you today, please leave me let's see, for you guys, in the emoji section, an apple emoji. Okay, I don't know why I was drawn to say apple. You may want to eat apples a lot in the month of December, or that could be your favorite fruit. Let me know. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to